So what's up, y'all? It's Thursday. As you can see by the building, what type of building this is. I'm not gonna say say anything. I thought you were on summer break. I am on summer break. You can see what kind of building this is. So now, hope you guys are having a great day. It's Thursday. It's the 2nd, I think, of June, and let's talk about energy. One thing that I don't like is to be around people who have to constantly relive negative situations. I say it again. I don't like to be around people who constantly have to outwardly verbalize and relive negative situations. What am I learning from this negative situation? Or should I say, what should I be seeking to learn from this negative situation? So, before you start talking about a negative experience, I have to know what is the takeaway that I'm looking for. So, if you work around people and the people that you work around have all these negative stories and bad things to say, because people are always looking to hear about the bad things, but the people who live those bad things with you don't necessarily have to hear those bad things with you. Example, you're playing sports. We're all on the same basketball team. I pass you the ball, you shoot it, and you miss. What you don't want to hear is something negative, because we're still in the game. Whether we're winning or losing, we still have time to either catch up and win or to expand our lead. Why do we spend so much time talking about negative stuff to the point where it's just like, you know what, y'all? Let me just get up and walk out. Now, what's up, Doc? So now, as a man, I work in a female-dominated profession. As a culture, most cultures get around food and they start to socialize. Me, here's something specifically to me that I've always known and worked on until I got older and realized it's not something that I have to work on. Other people have to do their part too. As an only child, growing up in my mom's house, sometimes we ate together, sometimes we didn't. It wasn't an all the time thing, but it wasn't like we never ate together. It was probably 60-40. And so when you eat, you sit down and you talk about things. Some people sit down, they eat, they get up, wash their plate, or get up, do what they do, and then they go on to the next thing. So I'm at a training. The presenter is gracious enough to offer to buy us pizza. So the pizza came. They ordered the pizza. They asked everybody what they wanted. I just said, no. Asked me if I ate pepperoni. I said no, because I don't eat pork. And they said, well, what about sausage? And I was like, somebody says he wants sausage. I'm like, nah, I'm okay. So what about hamburger? I said, hamburger's cool. So anyways, they ended up getting 2 cheese pizzas and 1 pepperoni pizza because people want to over talk and tell what other people want. And it's just like, you know what, y'all? I would have liked to have that hamburger, but because of all the over talking, y'all frustrated the guy who's paying for it. He just said, let me just did this, we'll figure this out. And then he just made the final decision. So now everybody's input wasn't really taken into account because y'all want to tell people what everybody wants because somebody's buying you some free food. So my long and short is this. You want to sit here and talk poorly about your administrative team that you currently have with a group of people who currently work with you or work at the school next to you down the street from you. And it's like, y'all, I don't want to sit in a room. I personally will not sit in a room where teachers are straight up bad mouthing their administrators. I will get up and walk them out. Now, I'm not cussing because I plan on posting this, but y'all know there's a certain way in my coaching voice that I really, really, really want to say this. You are not going to sit anywhere and disrespect your leadership. I don't care if you're married. I don't care if you're single. If you married and you're disrespecting the leadership and you're a man Imagine your wife disrespecting you as her leadership. If you're a woman and you're disrespecting your leadership, that probably has some ties to things that are going on in your household. If you wouldn't do that to your husband because of his position in leadership, then don't do that to your leadership because you're not in leadership. Don't give other people the opportunity to come at your leadership. Now, you go at your leadership, but it's how you do that. You do that behind closed doors. Because I've had several conversations with principals, assistant principals, and assistant, directors of, hey, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job because on the street side of things, say, baby, I can't tell you this is where you run stuff. I can't tell you how. I can just give you something to consider. And if it aligns with your value system and what you're trying to do, then you'll find a way to work it in. But we cannot sit here and talk bad about our leaders. The whole country, as far as in the state of education, the whole country is weak right now. We just came out of a pandemic, and they say nobody knew the pandemic was coming. Nobody knew how to prepare for that. Now, don't say nobody knew how to teach virtually, because that's not true. But we've got to get to a space where we're saying, okay, these are the people that have been chosen or positioned in leadership. We've got to talk to them. But what we won't do is talk bad about them to other people. I say that because I plan on going into leadership. So be the type of soldier, military structure. I grew up in San Diego. Shouts out to the Navy and the Marines. Military structure. You know what I mean? Be the type of soldier that your commanding officer says, I want him on my team every time I step out. Every time I'm on the base or leave the base, I need him with me because I know he's going to watch my back. Even if we get into it, we're going to get into it about some whatever. I need this guy with me because even when we get into it, he still has my back. Be that guy. If you have no aspirations to go into leadership, therein lies the problem. That's why you're so adamant about criticizing leadership, because you don't ever want to be a leader, because you don't see yourself as having leadership capacity yet. Or you just really just don't want to be bothered with all the problems and the headaches that go along with everybody else's stuff. So it's the first day for me at a training, group of teachers, and I'm a little uncomfortable because you're talking bad about your principal, not knowing that I know your principal. You're saying bad things about your principal, not knowing that I know your principal. Now, if I wasn't cut a certain kind of way, I could take that opportunity and really make some things, shake some things. But I'm not that type of person. But I am going to tell the principal, watch yourself. But principal already knows, watch yourself. I am going to make sure that I distance myself from those types of people, because when the story is told, they're going to say, we was all sitting in there, we was all saying this, and it was all this and that. I also got to figure out what I'm going to eat. I'm not really hungry, but I don't want to sit in a room for like from 8 to 4 with a group of people I don't know and just trying to, like, I'm real big on imagery and how we carry ourselves. How you carry yourself is everything. So long and short, man, thank y'all for giving me this 10 minutes to just get that out. And yeah, man, just make sure you're watching yourself. Watch what you say. You never know who you're talking to. And let everything out of your mouth be acceptable in our sight. Let it be edifying and uplifting. Peace.